unit has kept us walking and moving stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger.
Another gathering, this time in Abeokuta, Ogun State, as the Social Democratic Party launches its campaign. Party chieftains speak on what they offer. Sentiment here is tied to the Yoruba icon, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. The governorship candidate pledges commitment and a better life for the people of Ogun State if elected.
I make bold to say before God and the good and conscionable people of Ogun State, indigenous, residents and investors, that I offer to serve diligently and with all sense of responsibility.
It's a moving train in Imo State as the All Progressive Grand Alliance candidate, Captain Emmanuel Ihanacho, tours Owerri Municipal. He begins in an open-roof vehicle, just surveying the area. But with time, supporters gather and he joins in a road walk. Finally arrives at the square where another set of supporters have been waiting. Captain Ihanacho, speaking mostly in Igbo, shares his vision for Imo State and his motivation to run for governorship. APGA has adopted the PDP presidential candidate, President Goodluck Jonathan, who during his tour in the southeast, in Anambra State to be precise, stopped by the palace of the paramount ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Alfred Nnemeka Achebe. His own style here is to speak on a matter that is close to the heart of the people, the second Niger Bridge.
We decided to inspect the second Niger Bridge before coming because I was hearing stories that no work was going on. I said, no, before I go to visit the OB, I must go and see myself. I don't want to be told. And Your Majesty, I'm quite impressed with the level of work going on. Of course, you know that the total value of that project is 130 billion naira, and it's being done through PPP.
Political parties seem set to cover all states, and so for now, there's yet a large ground to be covered. We will continue to observe closely as the campaign train travels around the country. Back to you, Chamberlain.
All right, thank you, Ini. Getting back to questions coming through here, we'll take a lot more, but I think I'll be safe now because you can see your questions just scrolling at the bottom of the screen there. So if I don't get to read it, it will scroll there, but I'm not sure Mr. Arabi will be able to respond to those questions there. But this one comes from Atunji. He says he's in Ilukpeju Estate of 120 flats. None of us will be able to vote because he says there is no polling unit there. Is that the case?
Ilukpeju Estate? Mm-hmm. No, there are polling units there. There are polling units there. People did register somewhere anyway. So where they registered originally is where they're going to vote.
So how is he saying that there is no polling unit? Could it be that it's been moved to another location within the same estate?
Maybe he doesn't know. He may have moved in recently there.
Okay. Ibuka says that in Koshofa local government 04/07, they say that the units there don't have any cards yet.
That's true. I'm aware of that. The cards are coming.
Okay, so they have to just hang on for that. Well, Yemia here says the Electoral Act states you can transfer 30 days before an election closing mid-December. It was simply illegal.
I'm not aware of that. Well, we needed time to also prepare the register of voters, which are to be released 30 days before the election. So if there are two different laws stating, one stating that people could still transfer 30 days to election, and one says specifically that you have to release register 30 days to election, I think one has to understand that you marry the two together. So in that case, before we could get the register ready, we had to close transfer, and that was what we did.
What is the current situation with Koshofa local government area? Because we have a lot of comments coming through from there about those who say they go there, they queue up, they don't see people to attend to them as much as they would love to.
No, what happened when we were distributing the permanent voters' cards last year, because there were a number of polling units that didn't have the cards ready then, we call them zero polling units. Therefore, nobody came there to distribute cards because there are no cards to distribute. But people concluded that definitely there was no activity there. But as we've assured them, very soon they'll see our people there distributing the cards.
Okay, so as it is now, first, at the moment, because we just listened to a report not long ago about the motion which was moved on the floor of the House about the temporary voter card. Okay. Is it possible, or you have to wait for the directive from INEC, whether or not they can combine using the temporary voter card and the permanent voter cards?
In the first place, we'd like to thank the members of the House of Representatives for that proposal. But as it is, it remains a resolution which is meant to also advise INEC maybe to consider that as a plan B of some sorts. But I'm sure when the time comes, and if need be, INEC would take a proactive and pragmatic look at every available option to just ensure that people are able to vote and nobody's disenfranchised.
Okay. For those who have also suggested that maybe, because for those PVCs that are not ready, what if they're not ready in time for people to use them to vote? Will INEC possibly consider another option for that?
That's what I just said. We'll put all the cards on the table and we will consider whatever is pragmatic enough for us to make sure we conduct elections.
Let's look at a hypothetical situation. Assuming people were, if INEC eventually says, okay, well, we were not able to meet up with the deadline to distribute the PVCs. If you've got your temporary voter card, come and vote. What would the guidelines or specifications be?
I will urge that we get to the bridge before we cross it. If we have to cross that particular bridge, when we get there, all of us will see that, the commission will see that, and have us advised accordingly.
Okay, I have another question here. There are those who are asking, why is it that you have a backlog that is not ready? Because they say INEC had a lot of time.
Yeah, to be sure, we had quite some time. But then we also had a number of other things we had to do. You know, the individual elections, governorship elections also consumed our time. You wouldn't believe it, that between 2011, after the general elections, and August last year, we had to conduct no less than 12 governorship elections, and those things were quite demanding on their own. So they took our time, one, and apart from other issues of getting the register itself ready. So these are some of the commitments we had to really put our time into. Apart from the fact that the way budgets are also released in this, handled in this country, a particular year had to be devoted to the printing of PVC. It's not as if we were given all the money in 2011 to execute all the projects for 4 years down the line. So each year, certain amounts of money had to be devoted for a particular project. It was 2014 that we had the funds for the project we had last year, the distribution of the PVCs, as well as the CVR exercise.
Okay, we'd like to remind our viewers that if you have questions or comments, you could tweet at us at Channels TV or at Chamberlain, so those Twitter handles that will pop up on your screen soon. Don't forget, you can also hashtag Nigeria 2015 while you tell us if you've collected your PVC or not, because earlier we did bring you some figures about those who tweeted at us initially using the hashtags PVC collected and PVC not collected. So we had about 1,309 people who tweeted at us, and 51.8% of those who tweeted said they have not collected their permanent voter cards. And 48.2% of those who tweeted said, yes, we have collected our permanent voter cards. And that ran between the 14th of this month to the 19th of this month. So we just put them together with the Twitter curator and we got this figure. So again, we ask you, keep those tweets coming through. Remember, hashtag Nigeria 2015 and hashtag PVC collected and PVC not collected. You can add your location as well, such that when we begin to be specific in terms of what location, where you are, we will get specifics about that. And don't forget, you can also send us an email, nigeria2015@channelstv.com. Okay, well now we'll still have some more questions coming through, but let's take a word and we'll be back. Take a look at our email box and find out what you have been saying tonight on Nigeria 2015. And this email coming through now. Yes, he's talking about the 2015 elections. Adidiji Rahman says, I've collected my PVC. I used to live in mainland, but now live on Lekki Expressway. My question is, since I have the PVC, can I vote anywhere, or do I have to go back to where I registered to vote?
Yes, the PVCs, as we have them now, are customized to particular polling units. So such a person, since he didn't ask for transfer before, will have to vote where he registered originally.
Okay. That's it today. Thank you very much, Mr. Akinrebi, for coming on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
And we hope to see you again soon to respond to more questions from the people out there.
Sure, we'll be happy to solve people's problems.
All right, so that's the show today on Channels TV, Nigeria 2015. Thank you for watching. I'm Chamberlain Oso. From all of us here, it's good night.